Hi ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Green and this is another in my recordings for geometry. What are we looking at? Well, we should be through with everything in Unit 4 by now. You should have taken the unit exam and things like that. I don't want you to forget about making your corrections, and don't forget about uh, when things should be due, because after 28 days we do lock things up, so you need to make certain you get that taken care of, okay? So what are we looking at? We're looking at Unit 5, and the first concept in Unit 5 is perimeter of a rectangle. Well, perimeter is simply the distance around the outside. Do not take it for anything else. It's just the distance around the outside. They give you this formula for the perimeter. They're saying it's 2 times the base plus 2 times the height. Well, that's easy. You can actually add them up all the way around however you want to. How do we recognize problems that are perimeter problems? If they're asking you how much fence do we need to go around our garden, if they're asking you how much edge do we need to go around our garden, if they're asking you how much trim do we need to go around our pool, if they're asking you how much baseboard do we need to go around the room, those are all questions of perimeter. They're asking you how far does it take to go around the outside. Okay? And if you're looking at rectangular shapes, it's an easy little process to add them up. Now the problem becomes when they become a little bit more complex. Like in this one right here. How do we find the perimeter of this object here? Well, one technique that can be used to do these is to um, use a simple little line and extend a line along one of the sides that divides your object, your complex object, into rectangles that you can deal with. Okay? Now, one of the things you might say is, but Mr. Green, they didn't give me all the dimensions, and I understand that. They told us that this was 42 yards this way and it was 60 on this side over here. Well, if we think about it for a second, if we put this line in parallel to this side, that means this side over here is going to be 42 minus 60, or 18 yards. Oh, that makes sense. And since we knew this one was 14 already, now I could figure up the perimeter of both of these. I could say 2 times 14 plus 2 times 2 times 18. Boy, am I writing really badly. I'm going to have to quit using my finger and use my pad here. Sorry. Plus 2 times 42 plus 2 times 32. Well, 2 times 14, that's 28. 2 times 18, that's 36. 2 times 42, that's 84. And 2 times 32, that's 64. Right? Wait a second, Mr. Green. Aren't you counting this twice? Because you counted it twice here. And you also counted it over here when you counted the 32, didn't you? You know what? You're right. So you got to be careful with that, don't you? But at least you know how to find the figures. So let's see here. Let's go on and let's subtract off that 2 times that 14, because we now just counted it twice, right? Well, that's going to cancel this out, and we're going to wind up with, let's see here, 10, 14, carrier 1, 9, 10, 18, 184. And that's yards. I want you to notice, perimeter is always a measure, so it's always going to be the same unit of measure as what you're dealing with on your object here. So it'd be 184 yards. Okay? If you want to check this, add them up all the way around. Let's see here. 14 plus 60 plus 32 plus 42 plus 18, and whoops, we're missing one measurement here too, from here to here. Let's see here, that'd be 6, 7, 18, another 18. Okay, 8 and 8 are 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 4. Carry your 2. 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 6 is 17, and 1 is 18, 184. So, got it both ways of doing it. I added them up all the way around, okay? And then I used their formulas and made sure I subtracted off this duplicate area here. Okay? Hope you guys caught that. Okay, much more complex figure. How do we find these? Well, I'm going to insert my lines like I was saying before. I'm going to insert a line across here. I'm going to insert a line across here. And then I'm going to find some measures that I might be missing. Okay, well, I know the whole thing is 60 meters across, right? And I know that this little bit is 20. That means this little bit over here is 15, right? So if I subtract 20 and 15 from 60, what do I get? 20, 40, and another 20 be 25. So that must mean this is 25 right here. Let's see here. This one would be 20. What else am I missing? This one over here is going to be 25. How did I get 25 for that? Well, this side over here is 45, and this little bit right in here is 20. And since those two comes out, I would say I would have a 25 right here. Okay? And then this side up here is 45. How did I get 45 for it? Well, it was 60 all the way across down here, and this little bit here is 15 that's being taken out. So 60 minus 15 is 45. That's how I got that. Now, you could go about figuring the perimeter of this one simply by adding all the values up or using their formulas if you want to. 25 plus 45 plus, excuse me, 45, I had to cough, plus 15 plus 30 plus 60 plus 30 plus 20 plus 20 plus 20. Wow, a lot of numbers adding up there. Okay? So 5, 10, 15, 20. Yep. So it's going to end in a 0. Carry your 2. 4, 8. Yeah, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16, 22, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. I get 310. And that is 310. And I'm not a big picky about getting the measures, but your science teachers will be in the future. So you want to make certain you put it in the right unit of measures. It's meters, 310 meters. That would be the distance around the outside. Okay, moving forward. I hope you enjoyed this little discussion on perimeter. It's going to be something that you're going to have to know how to do because you're going to be calculating the perimeter of objects over in many different ways. These complex objects are things that you just got to get used to. They don't give you all the measurements, but they never leave you without a way of finding the measurements by subtracting two things or something like that to get the number. Okay? Have any questions? Make certain you send them to me, Kmail, or IM me, or come to Toga. Any one of those things. I appreciate the fact that you're sending me the fact that you're in geometry and in Math 202 and what section you're in, because that does help me find your records quicker. I will talk to you later, guys. Bye.